I like the North Carolina kind of people, down to earth but reaching for the moon. I like watching kids grow up in a state of grace on a North Carolina afternoon. Lord, it's just like living in a poem. I like calling North Carolina home. Well, this is a departure from my normal videos. Today I'm going to do some cooking. I'm going to show you how to make a pulled pork Eastern North Carolina style, which is really characterized by using vinegar and a little bit of heat with red pepper usually. So these are my ingredients. I've got about 3 pounds of pork here. This is pork butt, which is a shoulder cut, and I've trimmed the fat from it, so I've got about 3 pounds of pretty lean pork. I've got a little bit of garlic powder. I have a little bit of crushed red pepper flakes. I have 1 onion. I have some of my hot sauce. This is my Tabasco that I make myself actually, so I'm going to use a little bit of this. We've got a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, a little difficult for me to say. We have a little bit of brown sugar, we have some salt and pepper, and we have some apple cider vinegar. That's going to be our ingredients. We're going to cook this slowly in a crock pot, and I think purists back in North Carolina would say that this is cheating. But to me, this is the best way to make really very tender and very moist pulled pork. And we're actually going to smoke this at the end of the process, so I'm going to walk you through that as well. So let's get going. I'll go ahead and mince some onion and we'll get things started here. I'm just going to go ahead and add some of my ingredients into a little bowl here. So I'm going to take a teaspoon of my homemade Tabasco hot sauce. I'm going to put in a tablespoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Now I'm going to add ½ a teaspoon of some garlic powder. Now we're going to put in a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. Now we're going to add a tablespoon of brown sugar. And now we'll just get the slow cooker, the crock pot, and we'll put our 1 cup of vinegar in there, and add our other ingredients here, the onions and the ingredients that we put in the bowl. All right, now we have our pork in the crock pot. We're going to go ahead and put our onions in there. We're going to put our pre-mixed ingredients in there. So this will give it just a little bit of spice, a little bit of heat. We're also going to add some more red pepper flakes at the end and a little bit more vinegar when we make our sauce. We're going to add some salt and pepper just kind of to taste. Now we'll add our vinegar and give it a stir. I'm going to add just a little bit more vinegar to cover the meat. Give it a stir. We're going to cook it on low for 8 hours. Okay, we've had this going 8 hours. So now we're going to take the meat out and we're going to pull it. We'll go ahead and just discard the rest of our liquid in here. I have the pork in the smoker, as you can see. Now I'm just going to let that go for 30 minutes, and I'm going to sort of stir it every 10 minutes or so. Alright, let's just give it a stir here. Kind of turn the meat over a little bit. It's been 30 minutes on the smoker, so I've taken it out, and we've got perfectly tender, moist, smoky barbecue. So now I have some coleslaw from a local restaurant. I've toasted some good hamburger buns. I've made some sauce by taking some vinegar, putting a little bit of hot sauce, my Tabasco, in there, putting a few red pepper flakes, and just a touch of brown sugar. But you need to do this to your personal taste.